Halo 5 was created with free patches and DLC in mind. Every update and addition would be done so freely for any player. Recently, a graphic was released and it depicted present and future patches. In total, there are 8 patches, 4 of which have already come out. The other 4 patches are a bit of a mystery. This is our first time seeing or even hearing about these updates. So what's on the horizon for these soon-to-come patches? Let's speculate as to what the future may hold. I'm Fox with the Halo Frontier, and we're taking a look at the future DLC in Halo 5. So far, one major patch has come out every month since the launch of Halo 5. These patches usually have a new map or two, new game modes, new weapons, and wrecks. So we can assume that the other 4 updates will continue on this track. Hopefully we get some features added to the game that fans have been asking for, like the ability to mass sell off unwanted wrecks, and the desperately needed post-carnage medals. Unlike many other video game patches, Halo 5 updates usually come all at once and are typically announced with patch names. Now it's best to understand that the patch names are not always an example as to what features the updates bring to the table. For example, the first patch, which was called Battle of Shadow and Light, the content within the update didn't really reflect the name, while the patch like Cartographer's Gift was a nod to the Forge mode that was being released. And same goes with the Hammer Storm update, where the hammer was making its triumphant return and also had storm rifle variants. So here we can see that the names of the patches are not always indicative as to what's to come.
New combo.
The next planned update to Halo 5 will be in the form of the patch entitled Ghosts of Meridian. Halo 5 has a campaign level on the planet Meridian where we learn that it was glassed by the Covenant. It has since been repopulated by people who work with the mining industry. Meridian is also the location of a Guardian, and it has Forerunner ties. So there's a lot going on here, and it's hard to really tell what the patch will have included. There is a teaser trailer which seems to show off a new Warzone map that looks a bit like it's a dirty mining environment, so this is most likely the only tie to Meridian as a planet. But the ghost part really seems intriguing to me. What could that mean? Maybe it involves the Covenant in some way? Could this patch include a Covenant-themed map, or Forge assets? Time will tell, but as this patch will be out next month, we won't have to wait too long to find out. The following patch is entitled Memories of Reach, and it is likely to be available in May. The title alone excites me because I love Halo Reach, and so much can come from this update. The most likely features will be customizable armor from Halo Reach, right? Maybe even armor effects? Remember Emil's sweet helmet and giant shoulder knife? The Halo Reach character George is depicted in the graphics, so that has to mean George's armor is incoming. And hopefully we get Kat's robot arm. Okay, so apart from the armor, it's also likely we're going to get some Reach weapons. I think June's sniper is all but confirmed, which is cool I guess, but we already have Nornfang, so do we need anything else?
North Garage captured.
I would love to see the grenade launcher make a return, especially with that EMP blast. I would also like to see how the concussion rifle fits within the Halo 5 sandbox, specifically in Warzone. We should take notice that 343 has already created a carbine wreck that essentially acts like a needle rifle, so I guess it's unlikely that weapon will return. Though I would prefer a true needle rifle.
Double kill.
Then we should also look at vehicles. 343 has said that they intend to bring UNSC flying vehicles into Halo 5. I believe this to be the perfect patch to bring back the Falcon and the various other human flying vehicles like the Hornet. Now the Hornet wasn't in Reach, but it still would be an appropriate patch to implement the fleet of UNSC vehicles. So what else could there be? Well, Halo Reach had awesome multiplayer maps. Could this be the patch where Halo 5 gets real big team battle maps? And lastly, there's Firefight. Now, we will go over Firefight later, but what if this update brings an offline, fully customizable Firefight mode similar to that of Reach? Obviously, the possibilities here are huge, and equally so is the workload, so it's unlikely that all these features will happen. But what if? In June, we should see a patch called Hog Wild. Who the heck knows what this patch is going to be about, but there are a few clues. Hog Race was a pretty fun game mode in previous Halos, so it's possible this update will bring the game mode to Halo 5. Halo Reach Hog Race was set up so the passenger had the grenade launcher. Is this another indication that the grenade launcher will be in Halo 5? At any rate, it's a fun game mode, but it seems weird to name a whole patch after it, right? Then it's possible that Hog Wild will also include a race game mode. Halo 2 Anniversary had a decent race mode, but not many people got to play it because it wasn't in matchmaking. These two game modes would make sense because the community has been loud with their feedback asking where the social and fun playlists are. But wait, wasn't Hog Race done using multi-team? So is it possible multi-team is on the horizon? Perhaps. As far as maps, weapons, and wrecks, that's really up in the air. I suspect each patch will have about the same amount of content, but without much detail, we don't know what this one will turn out. And for the final patch to be released in July, we have something called Warzone Firefight. Now, is this the actual title or just a description? Personally, I see it as a description, not the title, because it doesn't really fit with the naming convention. So Warzone Firefight is a game mode the fanbase has been clamoring for. a player versus AI firefight. In the sneak preview they just showed us, we see about 8 Spartans going into battle against retextured enemies. Nothing has been confirmed about the player size, maps, or enemies. It appears this game mode will be played on already existing Warzone maps. So how will these Warzone Firefight maps differ from the regular Warzone maps? Well, that's yet to be seen. We also don't know if this is an online matchmaking mode only, or if this is more like Halo Reach Firefight where you can customize the game offline. And this is where I bring up Memories of Reach. It's possible a more traditional Reach style firefight will be done in Memories of Reach, while a bigger Warzone-like match will be featured in the Warzone Firefight update. So it's possible we will have 2 firefight modes by the end of July. Warzone Firefight is something everyone has been asking for, and hopefully 343 comes through with an ultimate edition of this game mode. And if this is truly the last update, I hope 343 goes all out and makes this the biggest thing they possibly can. So from the graphic alone, we are to believe that the Warzone Firefight patch to be the last major update. But is this really the end of the major content patches? I mean, Halo 5 has jumped in popularity, the community is very active, and there is no doubt the sales from rec packs have given 343 a bit of extra money in their pockets. If those sales were very fruitful, wouldn't it make sense to continue to update the game to sell even more rec packs? No one would be interested in burning money on a game that no longer is being updated. I think it's possible there may be continued support after the 8th patch. I also think it's possible the updates after July's patch may be paid content. 343 has said that all DLC will be free until July. Does that mean non-free DLC is to come? Only time will tell, but at some point 343 will have to move on to developing other games. Another topic to be discussed is the random things 343 has said that they want to include in Halo 5. Infection will be coming to Halo 5 sometime, but when and in what patch? As stated before, 343 has said that they intend to bring UNSC flying vehicles into Halo 5, but with what patch? I expect non-forged big team maps to be in the pipeline, but who knows when they will show up. 343 has also said that they hear the feedback about non-UNSC maps loud and clear. Is that a sign of Covenant theme maps in the works? If so, with what patch? Halo 5 has introduced tons of fan service by adding the Halo 1 pistol, the Halo 2 BR, and by offering a needle rifle rec. If there is more fan service to be had, in what form would that be? Brute weapons? Brute enemies? Perhaps. So far, the past 4 content updates have been huge. They've expanded the game and they have kept players invested. There's no doubt that 343 should be praised by updating the game every month, and I expect the other 4 updates will bring very new and vastly entertaining things to Halo 5. So these are just my theories, and I'm very excited to see what's next, and I want to hear what you think may be coming with these 4 updates. The Halo Frontier thanks you for watching, and if you liked this video, please subscribe to the channel. And until next time, I'll see you on the Frontier.